Hey, podcast here. Frank Sasso here from New Pod City. Just want to let you know, August 3rd to the 6th, August 3, 4, 5, and 6 of 2021, we will be heading down to Nashville, Tennessee for the Podcast Movement 2021. If you want to come and join us in Nashville, Tennessee, August 3rd to the 6th, 2021, you can go to podcastmovement.com, buy your tickets, and be sure to type in New Pod City to receive a 30% discount off your ticket. That's right, New Pod City, all one word, no spaces, to receive a 30% discount right off your ticket price. We look forward to seeing you down there. Sasso out.
This is Jeff.
This is Brandon.
We're the Film Blerds. This episode is brought to you by...
If you're a digital video editor, you need Edius. Edius is all about giving editors the creative freedom to create any application environment. It is designed to put the power in the hands of the editor with incredible flexibility. Edius, editing refined. Edius allows multiple users to edit, work with content as it imports, and getting content to the user incredibly fast. Check out the latest version of Edius that just launched. Download a 30-day trial today at edius.net. Get your films on with the Blerds.
Once an idea has taken hold of the brain, it's almost impossible to eradicate.
Unpacking movies has never been more spot on, won't fire, and just plain lit.
They are lit all the time.
So if you're unsure whether or not to plop down some cash for a film, check out the Blerds.
When a man with a 45 meets a man with a rifle, the man with a pistol is a dead man.
Rondo's got what plants
It's got electrolytes.
You really only need to hang mean bastards. But mean bastards need to hang.
Don't say you weren't warned. Here's Brandon and Jeff.
All right. So, if you listened last week, you know that we had dropped news that Ridley Scott had sent us an email in regards to the podcast. And ever since then, it's been blowing up so much. We've been getting so many emails and requests from people, and I'd like to read another one on air. Jeff and Brandon, I discovered your podcast through a suggestion by Sir Ridley Scott, and I have to agree with him that your take on cinema and television are astute, insightful, and hilarious. I'm writing to you today because I feel that your platform is one where I can get my side of the controversy out into the public. That being said, my official statement in regards to last week's news is simply this. Do it now. Lick it good. Suck this pussy just like you should right now. Lick it good. Suck this pussy just like you should. My neck, my back. Sincerely, Selena Kyle, a.k.a. Catwoman.
Yo, you dumb as fuck. I'll say this, that's the only thing I agree with Zack Snyder on.
That Batman should be going down on people?
Yeah, man. How you keep your girl happy if you don't eat her pussy? I love doing that shit. It's easy for me to get off as a man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm done. You got to put the work in. But I love how all these fuckboys are probably going to go around now and be like, "Oh, baby, I can't help you out. I'm a superhero, and we don't do that." Yeah, superheroes do that shit.
Yeah, just so if you don't know, last week there was an official statement from DC in regards to Batman giving oral sex to Catwoman
on the Harley Quinn animated show. By the way, this is a show for fucking adults. This is not for children, so I don't see what the problem was in the first place, where you got all types of foul shit in there to begin with.
Right.
Well,
yeah, right. It's an elsewhere universe. It's a comedy. It's supposed to be raunchy.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be real. But, of all the things they got away with, this is the one that DC was like, nah, son. Batman don't do that.
Oh, my God.
The cowl gets in the way.
Yo, like I said, it's the one time I agree with Zack Snyder.
All right. So the one thing that you're going to agree with Zack Snyder on is oral sex. All right. I can get behind that.
All right. Well, we're the Film Blerds. I'm Brandon, the protagonist.
Jeff, as of now, I'm MC McGuffin, but I'm working on something new. My brand management team is on top of that.
Yesterday was Father's Day,
Yep, and as also happy Juneteenth on Saturday. I'm expecting my reparations check this afternoon, so I'm looking forward to being able to go to KFC with that.
I hope everybody celebrated by playing the new Migos album. I was playing that shit at ignorant levels. I mean, if our ancestors ever heard Migos, they'd be like, we can go through all this shit for y'all to do this. And I'd be like, nigga, I don't care. Yeah, so yesterday was Father's Day. I took the kids to a hardware store because we had to buy a new toilet. And
what happened to the old toilet?
It broke. Joe was with us. You know, I used Joe as a human shield. One of the kids took a shit in the display model, and I made Joe pay for it, and he had to clean it out as we all walked out and left them there.
So here's a question I got to ask for you. When it's Father's Day, of course, and Joe shows up, does he try to make a big deal of it? Does he come in like a suit and tie and try to look respectable for the kids?
Yes. Yeah. But we got him. I told him, I was like, we went out to brunch. I was like, I know you guys got to use the bathroom. You hold that for the hardware store. And then we got his ass. And as soon as the employees started flipping out, I was like, Joe, man, you want to get closer to kids? You got to help me with this. I can't pay for this right now. And he's like, I can't pay for it either. I was like, I know. I've been in your studio apartment. Even the rats and roaches look at you in disgust. So I was like, Joe, if you want to get close to the kids, this is how you do it. You got to be responsible. And I told the employees, I was like, he's going to pay for this floor model. He's going to clean it up. And as soon as he turned his back, I was like, come on, kids, we're going home. We left him there. I don't know how he got home.
It reminds me of Xandu from fucking Guardians of the Galaxy when he's like, he may have been your father, boy, but I'm your daddy. Do you say that to the kids every night when you tuck them in?
No. Just go to sleep.
Okay, just go to sleep. I got shit to do.
They go to sleep, and then I rub on my CBD lotion and pass out.
Okay, you don't bang out mom?
I got to get up in the morning and work out. I worry about that shit when I'm done.
All right, well, you know.
So as
long as you don't Batman her,
No, I love eating. That's like one of my favorite things is eating that shit. So before we get into what have you watched lately, there's some news that came out today. As soon as I pulled up here and I was reading it, Steven Spielberg, has now partnered with Netflix after he said he would never make movies for Netflix.
All right, fantastic, great, but also I love you, Steven Spielberg, but also fuck you for you and Lucas and everybody else was like, oh, streaming is going to kill cinema, yada 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 yada, right? And now you've signed a deal with Netflix.
Yep, his company Amblin, they still have their deal at Universal, but now they have two concurrent deals, one at Universal and one with Netflix. So he'll make movies. He will make movies, and his company will make shit for Netflix and Universal at the same time. So whatever, I guess this autobiography that he's working on is going to be a Netflix joint.
Okay, all right. Here's my thing. There's very few things that positively that came out of the pandemic, but I will say out of the pandemic, the best one of the highlights, one of the things that is a shining moment is that all of these people who were all of these entities that were so against streaming and so against the future of entertainment are now forced to jump on board.
Well, I think it would have been more of a battle if Nolan didn't speed it up with Tenet. Like he sped that shit up.
I mean, like we said it before, Nolan essentially killed the theater.
Yeah. Tenet was supposed to save cinema, and I remember my boy saying, he's like, Brandon, what if Tenet actually does the opposite and kills cinema? And he was right.
You should have waited a couple of months, but whatever.
Yeah, I would say right when Wonder Woman 84 came out, that should have been the test run for everything.
Right.
You know what I mean? And honestly, that movie should have been the one to open theaters. I mean, despite it not being good, but it's a brand name. And It's a sequel.
Right. It would have packed seats.
Yeah.
And it was actually dumb enough where people would go in and it's like, all right, well, I don't feel insulted.
Yeah.
By seeing this.
So yeah. Good job, Chris.
All right, there you go.
Now Spielberg. You know what, man? I wish West Side Story would go to Netflix. Fuck that shit. Like,
Who knows, man? I don't have a crystal ball.
Disney ain't gonna give that up.
Oh, that's Disney?
Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah, no.
Yeah,
Fuck no.
yeah.
I mean, it's going on Disney Plus then.
Eventually.
I think it's going to do one of those. I think they might, up their $30 charge to $50 charge, and just for West Side Story, because they know they're going to make so much money, so fucking much money.
Well, I mean, then why do you think they putting it out at Christmas?
Oh yeah. Oh,
come on, man.
Please.
Some other news: Dune is going to premiere Sunday, September 3rd at Venice.
Oh,
it's the first movie playing the Venice Film Festival.
All right.
So I know Denny was saying during the pandemic when WB was still trying to force shit out, he's like, I don't know how I'm gonna get this movie done.
Right.
He's like, it's gonna be a sprint, and now he has a whole nother year to finish this. So this better be good because this is only the first half of the book.
I mean, I'm not invested in Dune like that, but I'm the talent involved, in front of the lens and behind the lens. Is making me super excited, and I'm going to be super disappointed if this is less than fucking stellar.
Yeah, man, I'm going to the 8-story to see this. Like, I want to see Denny shoot 8-story IMAX.
Yeah,
because he used the digital cameras that can do that. So
we'll see. We got a year.
No, we don't. We got October. It was supposed to come out last year.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So if it's premiering at Venice, it got to be good, right?
I mean, not necessarily. I mean, it can't be bad, but it doesn't mean it's as good as we hope.
Okay.
I was having a conversation about this with some filmmakers this weekend, and film festivals are bullshit. They're like, unless you're in like one of the top 15. Even in the top 15, it's all very incestuous. It's all very political.
True. True. Because Lars von Trier still wouldn't shit. So
there you go.
All right. Well, let's get into what have you watched lately?
What you watching? What you watching? I said what you watching? What you watching? What are you watching?
I fucking love that.
Me too, man. That's a great intro.
All I can imagine is just like big booty women just dancing,
like twerking
to this. That's the intro that's going to be in my head. All right, there we go. I love that.
Oh shit! All
right. So, do you want to go first? Or you want me to go first?
I mean, I haven't watched. I've been watching the shit that we're gonna be talking about.
All right.
So,
all right.
I mean, I got something briefly. That's it, briefly.
All right. Well, then I'll go because I got something a little longer. So this weekend, season 2 of Black Summer dropped on Netflix, and oh my god. This show is fucking amazing.
All right.
I love the first season. When it first came out, I guess 3 years ago.
I haven't seen not
one of them.
No.
Oh man, you got to get on that. It really did reinvent the zombie television show, that genre. It's pretty much like Black Mirror, but with zombies.
Okay.
I don't dig how they're fast zombies in this, but it works. The fact that this show is based on Z Nation, it's a prequel to Z Nation, is mind blowing to me, because Z Nation is one of the worst shows I've ever seen.
It wasn't that on Sci-Fi?
That was on Sci-Fi, man. And it was almost a comedy. You could tell it was shot in Uzbekistan or whatever gave them the biggest tax credit. I mean, they had Harold Perrineau in there for like 5 episodes.
That nigga just pops up anywhere, man.
I love that dude, man.
That's a shame. That's a shame.
But yeah, season 2 just puts its foot right up in its ass, like in your ass. It's heartfelt, it's depressing. It's the first 10 minutes of the first episode is better than anything The Walking Dead has done in the last 6 years.
Okay. All right.
Tension wise, gore wise, special effects wise. It's shot like a movie. Like, it's real cinematic. And yeah, I can't say enough about this. So like, if you want to, jump on this, you should do it before anyone kind of ruins anything for you.
All right. Well, school's about to be out, and I'm gonna have a week and a half off. Thank Christ. So that's when I'm gonna be catching up on shit, man.
Yeah, I mean, so it's, if you don't know, Black Summer, it's about the same people, but it's short vignettes. Okay, so one vignette may be 20 minutes long, and one vignette may be 30 seconds. Okay, but they all kind of feed into this larger narrative. It's actually really inventive storytelling for the generation we're in, where attention spans are like 2 minutes at most.
Yeah.
And so they use that sort of a short attention span that the audience has now to its advantage. And the storytelling is just, it's amazing.
All right. What else have you watched?
Last night I binged watched. Well, I guess 2 episodes is not binge watching. Kevin Can Fuck Himself. That new AMC show.
I never heard of it.
Oh, dude. All right. So the premise of Kevin Can Fuck Himself is that, your prototypical sitcom dude, like it's a sitcom setup. You got the asshole man-child husband, and you have the put upon wife, right? So imagine that, but imagine the wife's life outside of her interactions with the husband. All right. And it's dark. It's dark and hilarious. So every time the husband's on screen, it's like, a 3-camera television setup, with a laugh track and everything like that. As soon as she leaves the room or he leaves the room, it goes to this starkly shot, almost reminiscent of Breaking Bad type visuals.
Okay.
And it's the wife's life after that, like, away from the husband, It's really, really good. It's really, really fucking deep. And I can see this being, it's on AMC. I can see this being AMC's next Breaking Bad or its next Better Call Saul. It's that good.
That's a tall order, sir.
It is a tall order. Watch the first 2 episodes, man, and you will agree with me. I will tell you, after this season is over, I can tell there's going to be a lot of divorces and a lot of attempted murders.
Jesus.
Yeah. Because it's just like, it really gets into the fundamentals of a bad marriage and how that whole entire sitcom husband bullshit is toxic. I've always hated sitcom husbands and sitcoms wives, because they're either, the man is either a man-child, immature, selfish, or the woman is, just an incessant nag for no reason.
And she's always doing the work.
Right, she's always doing the work. She's either always doing the work, or the husband's always beholden to her. It's like, it's really bad gender dynamics.
Yeah.
In whatever sitcom you're watching, and I've always hated that. And this sort of turns all of that on its head.
Okay.
Yeah. So like, I don't want to ruin anything for you, but like the first episode has to do with their wedding anniversary, and he fucks that up. So she gets drunk, goes out, and tries to find some strange, but fails. I don't want to give any more away, but it leads into a larger storyline.
All right. Anything else?
No, besides those 2, I've just been watching what we've been trying to get into.
Okay, well, before we move on,
we got trailer talk, right?
Well, no, I want to real quick run through some stuff because so I'll do a little bit of what I've seen and then I'll do the rest next time. Hulu put up The Croods 2. that premiered Friday. That shit came out in theaters on Christmas Day.
Wait, I didn't even know they made a Croods 2. I didn't even know they were even planning a Croods 2. I didn't even watch the first Croods.
The first Croods was cool for what it was. I remember going to a press screening for that. It was in 3D. That was DreamWorks Animation does 3D well. I'll say that. The movie itself, it is what it is. You know what I mean? I don't hate it. I don't love it. So it was weird to me too that right around Thanksgiving they started advertising the Croods 2, and I was like, what the fuck? I was like, that first one came out almost 10 years ago, like literally almost 10 years ago. I was like,
really?
Why the fuck are you guys doing a sequel? Like, does anybody care? Like, I guess because last weekend they announced that it passed the lifetime domestic total of Tenet. It made Tenet made $58 million, and the Croods 2 has now topped out at 59.
Yo, I don't even know what to say. Fucking Christopher Nolan must just be fucking stomping around like fucking Godzilla in his mega mansion, just kicking over spinning tops and dead wives and
now battered wives,
nuclear MacGuffins and shit like that. Yo,
he's probably muttering to himself, I'm the protagonist.
So how much did Tenet cost to make?
$210 million.
$210 million.
It is the biggest budget ever for an original movie. And that's his second biggest budget after The Dark Knight Rises. Dark Knight Rises was $250.
So $210 million. And since it was released, what was it, last August?
Yeah, August overseas, and then September, first week of September here.
It has barely broken $60 million.
Yeah, worldwide.
It hasn't even broke $60 million.
No, worldwide, I think it's made just about $2 million, and that's it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yo, he's not going to get a studio film for at least another 5 years, man.
We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. You know how they
yeah.
But yeah, so far the Croods 2, it is what it is. I got 30 minutes left, and I guess I'll do a full review once.
That tells me all I need to know about it. I got 30 minutes left. Why even bother?
Why did they even make this is my thing. Like, y'all waited so long. Like, sure, y'all made money, but like not like fuck you great money.
Well, it's not like it was the Incredibles 2. Like the Incredibles 2, like, oh yeah, I was waiting 10 years for that fucking movie because it was the Incredibles.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, who was looking forward to the Croods 2? Like, I don't think the Croods has fans like that. I think people who own it are just like, yeah, put it on.
I was like, I got it at Walmart. I got it at Walmart.
Background shit is shit for the kids, or is like you got family over. Yeah. Like,
it's like you don't want to talk to Uncle fucking Uncle Paul about his rehab, so you put on the fucking Croods.
Yeah, man, this shit is okay. So yeah. Anyways,
half hour left. So he's got a half hour left in this movie. So.
Moving on, I started rewatching Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Okay.
And it just reminds me why this show is so good. It also reminds me why Paramount is putting their chips into these two dudes to continue this universe. Because, by the end of the story, Aang's story's done. Because the sequel show isn't about Aang. It's about one of his ancestors.
So who's doing the new show? Who are the showrunners?
The original creators.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, so that's why I'm going back through it, because everybody's telling me, like, if you liked it, you should give Legend of Korra a shot. It's not as good as Avatar: The Last Airbender, but still give it a shot. And I like going back and watching those first 2 episodes again. I'm just like, damn, this is so good, so well written. Like, there's shit in there, obviously for kids, like the fart and poop jokes, but like just the way the story's told, it's like Lord of the Rings storytelling for adults.
So what was the hubbub that happened last year over the creator? Like,
they were literally remaking the show in live action form on Netflix, because Netflix threw them a bunch of money. It's like, hey, can you do that? They're like, sure. Well, like, we could tell the story again, just a little different. You know, we enjoyed it. And this is before the Paramount Plus shit, so they had nothing going on at the time. Well, halfway through, they left. They were just like, yeah, we're not doing it anymore. Netflix and us have come to creative impasse on this. And this is what I heard. This is what's rumored. Apparently, there's one of the villains. He becomes a villain. Starts off a villain, becomes an anti-hero, and ends the show as a hero.
Okay.
Named Zuko. Zuko is like one of the guys from the Fire Nation. The Fire Nation are the evil people, and they firebend.
Right.
He was going to be in a relationship with Katara, and Katara is the main character, and that's the character Aang, who's the lead character of the show, is in love with.
Okay.
And I never got into that shipping shit because I'm not that invested, but I was invested in this, where I wanted Aang and Korra and Katara to end up together. So to put them two together, like, yeah, especially like, I mean, Zuko does some foul shit to her too, man. Like,
so I mean, I'll let you finish this, but I want to stick on this shipping thing.
Okay.
Because this uproar that's happening over Falcon and the Winter Soldier, right?
Oh yeah. Where people wanted them to be queer,
right?
Well, look, man, I want to say this as a cis male. I don't have a romance with any male I'm close to. You know what I mean? Like, let's take me and you for example.
Right.
We're real tight like that, but like, it's not romantic.
Right. You can, I get, representation and everything like that, but sometimes a friendship
is just a friendship.
Like, and they can be close friendships.
Right.
Right. But, not every interaction you have with someone of the same sex or of the opposite sex
needs to be romantic.
Yeah. Sometimes if you're a guy, sometimes your women friends are just friends.
Yeah, you've seen pictures, my Instagram pictures where I take of my one coworker. And me, and everybody's like, Brandon, she's hot. Why don't you give? I'm like, first off, she's 21. Second off,
strike one.
Yeah. Second off, we're just really good friends. Like, I'm not romantically interested in her.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, it's okay for me to have a girl who's really attractive as just a friend. Sorry.
Right.
No, like,
yeah. And so, like, the whole entire, like, as usual, Twitter went crazy over some shit that Anthony Mackie said.
Yeah.
And like, you can't look, I understand you read the article, find the article, everybody, and you'll see that they took a lot of what he said out of context. If you read the full article instead of like the Twitter interview drops, which make him sound much worse. But what he's saying is, sometimes you can have a close friendship like Bucky and Bucky and Sam, and it doesn't have to be romantic.
You would think the romance between Bucky and Steve would be more romantic than them two. Like,
right. Yeah.
Guys, let it be. Like, I get it. Y'all need more queer representation, and it's Pride Month. Shout out to all my LGBTQ plus people. But look, man, we don't need to start forcing shit where it doesn't need to be forced.
Right. I blame 50 Shades of Grey for making fan fiction legitimate. Yeah.
Also, too much Tumblr and Twitter, man. That's another problem. Too much Tumblr, Twitter, where you just in the echo chamber. Like, people are like, oh, that's a great idea. Like, no, niggas, that's not a great idea. That's just some perverted shit you want. Draw your little fan pictures. You know what I mean? Keep that.
Right. I mean, if it serves the story, fine. But if it doesn't serve the story, then don't push it and don't get outraged that it's not happening.
Yeah, man.
I think that I blame Zack Snyder for that too.
Oh, because he weaponizes the internet.
Right. He's now the fandom has been weaponized.
Yeah.
And people are, if they don't get what they want, they'll burn your house down.
Sometimes quite literally.
Yeah. Yeah, so, literally and figuratively, they'll burn your house down.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I'm just rewatching this show. Like those first 2 episodes alone, it made me have flashbacks to the movie where I'm just like, how man, how? Like how like anybody who loves that show could have just, that's an easy slam dunk, like a Michael Jordan fly through the air, boom, break the backboard, dunk.
Because it's Shyamalan, man.
Like, god damn, man.
And
like
sometimes Shyamalan's good, and sometimes Shyamalan produces devil. You remember that bullshit?
Yes.
The elevator fucking movie. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I wanted to fucking punch the Otis elevators. I wanted to find Otis and punch him. That's how bad that fucking movie was.
You know what? Real quickly, before we move on, let's go through this nigga's filmography real quick. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because like
we're gonna. All right, what you gonna say? With thumbs up, thumbs down, or are we gonna try to give him a rating?
I'll give him. We'll do a quick thumbs up, thumbs down. Because I mean, we don't need. We'll start past Sixth Sense and Unbreakable because everybody loves those 2 movies.
Right, but we'll just for baseline, we love Sixth Sense and Unbreakable.
Yeah, Sixth Sense was a great magic twist. Great magic trick. He never pulled that off again till Split. Unbreakable was just...
It's a good hero.
It's a good comic book movie, not based off a comic book. Like, that's one of the most realistic comic book movies made besides Batman Begins.
Right.
So, after that, it was Signs.
Well, I thumbs up.
Yeah, same. Yeah. The Village, I would absolutely love if they just played it straight, no twist.
Right. If there was no twist in it, and if I'm ruining this for you, I'm sorry.
Fuck you. It came out in 2004.
Right. I would have loved it if it were actually a village in the 1600s, 1700s,
yes,
instead of being modern day Conshohocken.
Yeah, and you know what? The movie still works. That twist still works. The movie's still good, but like, get the fuck out of here.
Right, but that's when he was trying to I'm going to put a twist in everything.
Yeah, man, that fucking sucked. And to be fair, that score is one of his best scores.
Okay,
so,
yeah.
Lady in the Water. That's when the House of Cards came tumbling down.
I appreciate what he was trying to do.
Right.
So it's like, I can't give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down. It's sort of like one of these middling, like, meh, kumsi kumsas.
At least visually, he's still on point, right?
Right.
So despite everything else, at least visually, he's still on point. The Happening.
Oh, fuck that movie.
I can't say anything positive about that.
Thumbs down. It was, what year did The Happening come out?
2008.
2008. The best comedy of 2008 was The Happening. Fucking Marky Mark running from the wind and trees for fucking 2 hours.
Yeah, we gotta stay ahead of the wind. That's impossible. Also, I love the soldier who goes up to Mark Wahlberg and he tells him like what's going on. He just goes, cheese and crackers.
Fuck. I forgot about cheese and crackers. Jesus Christ.
That was the name of one of Chris Rock's comedy albums. And you get it, right?
Yeah, I get it.
Oh shit. The last movie, the next movie after The Happening, well, goddamn, this is an awful back-to-back. The Last Airbender. This is the movie I would piss on. You know what? No, I take that back. I wouldn't even piss on it if it was on fire.
See what? All right, so I'm going to remove myself from that because I have not watched The Last Airbender, the Shyamalan's version, just because of The Happening. I gave up on him after The Happening.
You know what, man? I love that show so much, like so much. So like, you know, I gave him a chance. I was like, yo, he's a fan. He watches it with his kids. He understands the material. I was wrong. He does not understand the material. He made it because his kids liked it. And he was like, oh, this just seems some cool shit I could fuck up. Man, Jeff, if you ever decide to watch this show on Paramount Plus, like even just watch the first 2 episodes, you'll
I will. Like, everybody who's seen the show has said nothing but great things about the show. and I really want to watch it. But once again, it's another thing where I don't have that kind of time to invest just yet. I need a week to like play catch up on everything that I've missed over the last.
It's just 30. It's 30 or 40 episodes. It's real short.
Okay.
It's 3 seasons.
All right, that's not bad.
So yeah, man, like it's one of my all-time favorite shows, and just watch. I was just like, bro, all right, Devil.
Now, did he produce Devil or did he direct it? I thought
he was a producer and he came up with the story. He did not direct it.
So if you don't know about this flaming piece of shit, it is 5 people in Mackay Pfeiffer. No, Bokeem Woodburn stuck in an elevator, and they each kind of be like they're one by one they mysteriously die, and then you find out that like if the fucking devil's in there or some shit like that. The devil has possessed one of them. You're trying to. It's a whodunit in a goddamn elevator.
Nothing to ruminate on.
Yeah,
fuck it. His next movie after The Last Airbender was in 2013.
Oh, I know. Oh wait,
what is it? What is it? I'll let you say.
Is it After Earth?
Yes, sir.
Oh, look.
Damn, God damn, did he have a run of dog shit?
Look, I love Will Smith. I love him to death. He's America's boyfriend, right?
Yeah.
He's got so much charisma that even his worst movies are still better than a lot of people's best movies. But his son is like a charisma black hole.
And that's who the main character is.
Yes. And that, like, it was horribly acted. The action was I mean, there's no action in it except for like CGI animals run amok.
Right. He has to fight with a double-edged sword that's called a cutlass, like they fucking pirates.
Right. And
they have to close their eyes and feel.
Yeah, I'm so glad that he is a nerd rapper now. I'm so glad that
Icon's hard though.
What?
Icon's hard.
Jaden Smith is a really good rapper.
Yeah.
Like I love how his what is it, SoundCloud rap now, or what's the genre now?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, but he's really good at it. So stay out of acting.
So after Earth, it was The Visit. I did not like The Visit either. That shit was just dumb. It was just dumb.
What was it? What was that? 2018?
2015.
2015. Right. That was the found footage one, right?
Yeah, where the parents, the kids are sent with the grandparents, and they're not really their grandparents. The shit was stupid. Yeah. I fucking hated it. Split got me back into his good graces, man.
Yeah.
I didn't think he had. I think that M. Night was long gone, and that was just a great film from beginning to end.
It really, really was, because you didn't realize
you didn't realize you were watching a superhero movie, a super villain,
right? A super origin story. You didn't realize it was connected to this, apparent universe that he developed in Unbreakable. Yeah, because you don't realize it's like a monster movie, like it's a superhero movie until like what, 3/4 of the way into the fucking movie.
For me, it didn't click until the end, where the Unbreakable theme kicked in, and then the camera started panning. I was like, yo, and I kept thinking, if Bruce Willis is in this shit, this will be the greatest movie ever. And then he's like, this is not the other dude. He had that funny name. And then the lady moves out the way, and he goes, yeah, Mr. Glass. And I was like, oh shit. Yeah, man. And then he followed that up with the trilogy capper, Glass, 2019. Dog shit.
Yeah, it is the leaps in logic in it are just fucking Evel Knievel type shit, like walking on a tightrope across the World Trade Center, And
you know what, man? Who gives a fuck if we're spoiling this? One of the final twists, one of them, because there's two. One of them was that it was a secret society that hunts superpowered people, and you know what? That should have been the premise for the entire fucking movie. Like, that could have been, if you really wanted to make an interesting movie, the first act you have David and the Horde fighting,
right?
And then they fight, and they keep being stalked by these people who are trying to take them out, and then eventually they team up and do an investigation and realize, oh shit, we're being manipulated and hunted by these people,
and then you can have like Glass, Mr. Glass come in and
orchestrate the plan,
right? And that's a better movie.
What did I say? Anybody could have made a better fucking shit than he did.
Right.
So,
and then was the second. What was the second twist? Was like Mr. Glass. He's orchestrated everything. And they
uploaded the footage to YouTube, which is a horrible twist because if anybody would see that shit, you just be like, oh, that's some cool effects. Like people are bending shit, picking up cars and shit. That's cool shit.
Yeah.
How'd they make movies? How'd they make movie shit? Like,
and here's my thing about the Mr. Glass twist. In The Sixth Sense, if you rewatch it, there are red herrings throughout the entire movie.
The color red.
Right. So
the way him and his wife interact.
Right. So if you watch the movie a second time, it's like, oh yeah, they really were setting it up for this.
Yep.
You watch Glass again, it's like, oh, I guess they sort of, if you really tried hard and you suspended disbelief so much, then all right, you sort of was a plan, or you could have just done some B-roll.
Here's my other thing. It's called Glass. Sam Jackson doesn't show up till about 40 minutes in, and then he's catatonic till the last 15 minutes.
Until the twist, where you see him like, oh, he was getting up all the time.
I found it weird that they named the final one Glass when the nigga's not even in it or doing anything.
Yeah.
So, and then old, like I said last week, back to his old directing style. I forgot to mention the score. The score is effective. It's a fucked up movie. He shot on film.
All right.
Like there's a shot in there where Vicky Krieps is in the foreground. Garcia Bernal is in the background. He's on the phone. She's smoking a cigarette. The camera moves with Garnell, and he's through glass. There's no reflection in the glass. He moves, talks to the kids, moves back, and Vicky Krieps is back in the frame, in focus, in the foreground, while he's in the background.
Okay, so this some split diopter shit. Okay,
I was like, bro, the entire movie, I was like, oh, he's back on his Spielberg directing shit. It's just the material. It's just the Twilight Zone episode stretched out for
2 hours.
Yeah, man, and it's just gnarly, man.
So when does it drop? When can I see that?
July 23rd. I'll tell you what. If we can find, if they do this, I doubt Universal cares that much about movies like that. But if they do strike a 35 millimeter print and they play it at the Draft House, I'll go with you.
I'll go to the Draft House for anything, man.
Yeah, so it's a beautiful movie. You could tell because they didn't color time it yet. They did. You could tell there's the cigarette burns and the scratches.
Right. So. It's fine. I'll watch a work print.
Yeah, so all right. So let's go into trailer talks for our first trailer. I was not expecting this.
Which one are we talking about?
Pig.
Yo, let me talk about Pig. Let me talk about how I love new Nicolas Cage. Like it's like he's a wonderful weird butterfly, and he had those years where he was, in his cocoon, and now he's emerged to be one of America's greatest weird actors. He goes from something like Willy's Wonderland to this fucking John Wick meets fucking Hell's Kitchen
meets what's that Winter's Bone
type shit. Yeah.
If you guys don't know what it is, Nicolas Cage plays somebody reputable. We don't really know why he's reputable, but he's living by himself, isolated in the woods, and he has a pet pig. It's
a truffle pig.
Yeah, it's a truffle pig. His cabin in the woods is broken into. He gets fucked up, and somebody takes his pig, and now he's on a quest to find his pig. But don't get it twisted. This is not some John Wick type shit. This looks like it's going to be like a dark meditative movie, and I think I know what's going on. I think he's just crazy, and there is no pig, and my man's is just losing his mind.
Maybe, I don't know. I don't want to put too much into any kind of theories because I want to watch this thing fresh.
Yeah, that shit, dude, crazy, right?
Right. I fucking Nick Cage is an American treasure. He really is. You know, he'll do those money gigs. He'll do like whatever low budget, like we got $50,000. We need a name. We need a face on a poster gigs. But then he'll do something like fucking Pig or Mandy or what was the other one that was sort of like him in the backwoods?
Fuck, I can't remember.
Right, but like he'll do some sort of weird but prestigious, well shot, well acted, well written movies.
Yeah. Pig. I don't know, man. I'm surprised this is dropping in the summer. Like, this should be a fall movie.
It should be, but like, I mean, everything's weird now.
You know what? Yeah, I'll take it.
Fucking,
I'll definitely go to Neshaminy because Market Fair ain't getting this shit. No. So I'll go to Neshaminy and see it.
Hopefully the bar will be open in Neshaminy too.
Oh, it's still closed?
I think it's still closed.
I'm trying to have a quick cocktail before F9 Friday.
Oh, well, just bring a thermos. They don't check.
All right, so No Sudden Move. Steven Soderbergh made this, man.
Yeah, like I'm here for Soderbergh. I'm here for Soderbergh doing what it looks like he's like his own riff on a Coen's brother film.
It looks like his version of a noir.
Yeah. Like it's probably it looks sort of like Blood Simple, or even I was watching this over the weekend. The Lady Killers.
Oh.
I mean, say what you will about The Lady Killers. It's a bad film, but you can tell it's a Coen Brothers film. Yeah, it's a fucking bad film.
All right, but you know what, man? This looks fun. It looks like it has some danger to it. You feel like somebody could like die at any moment. It looks like what's really cool is the two main characters is Don Cheadle is the main character, and then
Benicio del Toro
is the supporting main character, and I like the way they bounce off each other.
Right.
Just in this trailer alone, so I can't. This cast is stacked, stacked full of motherfuckers, man.
Yeah. So like in Soderbergh, I have not been disappointed with Soderbergh in a while. Like I even liked Lucky Logan.
Oh, I love that movie, but I haven't seen Unsane.
Well, that's the one he did on iPhone, right?
I think so. It takes place in the mental hospital.
Yeah. But like it's Soderbergh. Like I have faith in him because he is. Actually, he's what a lot of filmmakers should aspire to be. Like he's a commercial filmmaker, but he's never lost his indie sensibility.
Yeah, the movie he did about the thriller he did about the pharmaceutical drugs.
Yeah,
and it had Jude Law and Rooney Mara. That shit was good, especially like the final twist at the end. You're like, oh, this movie's fucked up.
Right. And let's talk about Contagion, which pretty much
predicted the
predicted what we're going through right now, like fucking step by step. Even down to the fucking vaccine shit.
Yeah, man.
So like, let's give it up for Soderbergh.
This drops July 1st on HBO Max. This is exclusive to HBO Max. If you could get the motherfucker to work, because the motherfucker just does not want to work for me.
I uninstalled and reinstalled it, and it worked.
They're putting out articles now saying how it's fucking up.
Oh yeah, because it is. It's fucking up. It's bad. Like I can't rewind. I couldn't rewind before the reinstall without it going all the way to the beginning of the fucking film or TV show. So I would have to stop everything, shut down my system, and reboot it in order to like keep going forward.
Okay, well, that's a lot coming out that weekend. The Purge comes out that weekend. Right. We're not gonna cover this shit because the first one I saw on Netflix and that shit sucked dick. It was fucking Boss Baby 2. It drops in theaters and on Peacock. July 1st.
Was that Alec Baldwin?
Yes, where he's a baby.
No,
we're not covering that. We are not covering that.
Like I'm not covering it. Like if you're not covering it, I'm not covering it because
the first one was one of the biggest pieces of shit I've ever seen.
Along with worse than Baby Geniuses.
Sing was pretty fucking awful too, and that's getting a sequel as well.
Well, it's animated films. you got to judge differently because they're not targeting you. They're targeting someone who still shits their pants.
Listen. We're gonna get into a Pixar movie in like a few moments, but like even Pixar's worst is better than some of these. I'm like, come on, man. If Pixar can do this, like, there's no excuse. Like, we should not be doing The Boss Baby. Like, everything about that is just fucking retarded.
Everything about that screams coke-fueled 80s SNL skit. Yo, what if there was a talking baby that was, that was Alec Baldwin's voice?
Me and Trey went to a free screening of Sing because we're like, fuck, it's free screening.
Right.
It's right around the corner. It was at our AMC. That's not a movie for kids. It's a fucking weird ass movie. It's about a bunch of animals who sing, and then there's a little crime element to it, and like a whole sex element to it. I'm just like, what the fuck is this? And that's getting a sequel.
Yeah, well, animation, it's easy.
Yeah, well, July 1st, we got No Sudden Move and The Forever Purge.
And Forever Purge, that's theaters exclusively?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because everybody's like, why is Universal dropping Purge and Boss Baby at the same time on the same weekend? I was like,
because no one's going to watch the fucking Boss Baby.
If it's on Peacock, I guarantee you people are just going to pay for Peacock that like the first month, whatever, $8.99 just to watch it, and then
or not even that, just do the free trial if you haven't done a free trial yet.
If it has a free trial, if it doesn't, I think it's like $8.99 a month. And you know what? People are going to want to pay that $8.99, then go to the theater and pay like the $30-$40 to take your fucking kid see some dumb shit. Get the fuck out of here. If my kid ever asks me to take him to see some shit like that, I'd be like, either ask your mom or don't ever ask me to take you to see this shit.
But here's the thing. You don't know it's going to be a piece of shit until you go see that it's a piece of shit.
You could tell by some of these trailers. Like, you've seen the trailer for this new one. I've seen it on YouTube.
No, I didn't even know it existed.
Yeah, man. It's fucking shit. Anyways.
Oh, wait. All right. So before we leave Trailer Talk, I got a trailer that I saw today.
But we still got to talk about it.
What?
Snake Eyes.
No, I was going to talk about The Shrink Next Door.
What the fuck is that?
So The Shrink Next Door is based on a podcast. And the podcast is pretty much about a shrink who in the 80s convinced his neighbor, like he's giving him therapy, convinced his neighbor to sign over his whole entire life to him. Like his business, all of his financial dealings, even his fucking house. Right? So this new movie it stars Paul Rudd and Will Ferrell. It looks deep and dark, and I love it.
Why hasn't this been like promoted more?
I don't know. It's not coming out, I don't think, until like October, November. But like, I just happened to be running across it while I was looking for the trailer for what we're going to talk about now.
What, Snake Eyes?
Snake Eyes.
Look, man, the action lacks the punch. Like it lacks the punch, but like it's cool enough that I'll see it. And y'all put ASAP for a new level in this shit. Like, of course, I'm gonna see some shit. Like,
look, I'm gonna say the same thing I said when the teaser came out. I am not invested in the G.I. Joe universe.
Neither am I. But this just looks like some cool shit.
It looks cool.
Is it gonna be good? That's a different question altogether. That's a different question altogether.
It's gonna be. Hopefully the action's gonna be competent.
I can say this, judging by the trailer, it's going to be the best G.I. Joe movie released yet.
And that's not really hard to do, but yeah. So, I mean, you got a new Snake Eyes movie. You got a new G.I. Joe movie with some kung fu action about a character, origin stories about a character that was, kind of cool, but also didn't really need a backstory because I don't need a fucking backstory for everybody.
And then in a month and like 10 days, you're gonna get fucking Shang-Chi, which
looks harder.
We all know
which one's gonna be.
Yeah. But I guess it's good they're getting it in. But the thing that sucks for G.I. Joe is the very next weekend is Suicide Squad drops. Yeah.
So that's gonna get like those profits gonna get eat up.
Yeah, man. Paramount, baby.
They be fucking up.
They taking some L's right now, man. I mean, I think something else comes out the weekend that Snake Eyes drops anyway. Like, because it comes out July 29th, and you know what, man? only reason why I want this shit to be good is because I like Henry Golding. Like homeboy, he's like the Asian DiCaprio, you know what I mean? Just because he has the charisma and he's a good actor,
right?
You know, and it's just like now I'm just like,
but you know, everybody's got to do their shit movies.
Yeah, because you know what, Scarlett's in this, and if you guys don't know who Scarlett is, she's the redhead.
Yeah, Scarlett isn't Lady Jane in there too? Lady J?
I wouldn't be surprised. I'm trying to find everything now. Fucking, I hate IMDb. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
It's really is the worst.
It's the layout too, folks. Like IMDb, just their layout. Here we go.
Right.
So, yeah, damn.
The Baroness. The Baroness is in this.
The Baroness is in this?
Yeah. Scarlet and the Baroness. Storm Shadow.
Yeah, it comes out the same weekend as Old.
Oh yeah, no.
This is what it's up against. The weekend before Space Jam comes out, and you know that's gonna be I can't wait because I'm gonna sit on HBO Max. I'm gonna eat like 4 edibles and watch that shit.
As you should.
Escape Room, Contest of Champions, Tournament of Champions.
I didn't even I didn't even know that there was a thing called Escape Room until I saw the trailer for Escape Room 2. And this also looks like shit.
Well, the first one I thought had a good trailer, and I went to go see that one in theaters, and that was hands down one of the worst fucking movies I've ever seen.
Right, and so of course he's gonna get a sequel.
So I forget what movie I saw. I think it might have been A Quiet Place 2. They had the trailer in front of it, and
it was A Quiet Place 2.
Okay, yeah,
yeah. So, it was like, what's this Tournament of Champions thing? Like, I don't even know there was a first movie.
Yeah. Now you know why This I can't believe those 2 people who survived the first one came back from this. Like, I would have looked at my agent and just been like, nah, I'm good. Like, I can't believe, and this is coming out in the theaters. Like, I watched that trailer. I'm like, bro, at least the first one had a good trailer. This looks like fucking dog shit.
Well, I wonder what the litmus is. I wonder what the range is where things get a sequel now for like D-level movies that no one's really seen. Like, how much money do you have to make? Like 30 million?
Because the first one came out literally like the weekend after New Year's. Like, it was in January, the weekend after New Year's.
So The Graveyard. Yeah, so the great prestige films or franchise Graveyard.
I can't believe this shit got a sequel. When the fuck they even make? So yeah, man, I don't know. Snake Eyes, you coming out the same weekend as Old, the week of Space Jam, 2 weeks after Black Widow, and then the following week you got Jungle Cruise and The Green Knight.
So yeah,
and then the weekend after that, Suicide Squad.
So you better make all your money in that first week, because after that,
yeah, because who's not gonna go see Dwayne and Emily Blunt charm each other, or go eat a bunch of edibles and see some crazy fantasy shit?
Right. Yeah. So, but it still might beat Tenet.
All right, let's move on to our main part of the show. We're gonna do Luca first. I saw a review. When I first saw this trailer, I was like, wait, this is pretty brave of Pixar to make Call Me by Your Name for fucking kids. And so, because I remember seeing the teaser, I was like, okay. And then they jump in the water and they turn into mermen. I was like, oh, all right. So
there we go.
But somebody described it perfectly on Twitter. They said it was Studio Ghibli's version of Call Me by Your Name. I saw the New York Times, their review by A.O. Scott. His headline for his review was Calamari by Your Name. And I was like, sir.
All right, there you go. Yeah, I mean, when you I watched it last night, but and you texted me, and you was like, "Yeah, this is just Call Me by My Name, but Call Me by Your Name," as a children's film, and I didn't, I saw it. It was there, right in front of center.
It is. It's an allegory it's an allegorical movie for little gay kids. You know what I mean? And it's Pride Month, so I mean, they picked the perfect time to drop it. It's summer. It's a summer movie.
Yeah, I mean,
Call Me by Your Name is a summer movie too.
Yeah. So I read a review of this movie, and someone said, "I'm sick of these animated movies now that are just for children. The adults have to watch it also, and it's not like old Pixar films where both the adults and the children can get something from it."
Oh, shut the fuck up!
Right, to this person, I say, "Fuck you."
Yeah. This is, I could say this is a slight Pixar film, and even Pixar at its slightest is still better. I'm watching the fucking Croods 2, man. Fuck you.
Right.
Like, Luca is 10 times better than Croods 2.
I because you know me, I don't really fuck with Disney.
Right.
And so it took me about 10 minutes to really get into this movie. It was when they found the Vespa, or when they go into the tower and they see the poster of the Vespa and they build like their own Vespa.
Right.
That's when it's like, okay, I'm here for this. Like I like all of the story. It's a story that you have seen before.
Yes.
There's nothing new here. You can the ending is telegraphed. You know exactly what's going to happen.
But even though the ending's telegraphed, it still has that Pixar emotional punch. Like, man, that last 5 minutes, I was on the verge.
Yo, dude, I was tearing up.
Yeah, I was
a little sappy.
I was like, Pixar, you got me.
Right.
In the last 5 minutes,
you motherfuckers.
The last 5 minutes, y'all got me.
Yeah. So we went over this before. People use Disney movie
as a slur,
as a slight, and that is wrong. Disney is a business. And it knows its business. Its business is emotions.
Yeah.
And
that's why they're king.
Right? And so me, who I don't fuck with Disney, watching this movie and at the end, even knowing exactly what was going to happen because it's basic story structure. Right? Even knowing what's going to happen at the end, like I was feeling my emotions right there. Like I'm not afraid to say it. Like I was teary.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
he's like, I'll never forget you, Luca.
Yo, stop that shit, man. Stop it. Really.
Chasing after the train.
Yo, man.
That was some call me by your name shit.
Right.
I was like, whoa.
And when he gets off the platform and he transforms, I was like, oh, motherfucker.
I'll say this. It's Pixar's most cartooniest movie besides the Cars movies. Like, this looked like a cartoon.
Yeah, like the character design is real cute.
Yeah, it's cartoony. Right. Like, very.
But like the voice acting was on point.
Yeah.
I did find what was the bad guy's name?
The Italian douchebag.
The Italian douchebag. I thought that was a little too stereotypical. Because everyone
if you've met a European, like a European who's really into himself, that's what you got there.
Right. But yeah, no, it's a cute movie.
It's just slight, man. It's not up to the normal Pixar snuff. And like, is it good? Yeah, but I see why they put this on Disney Plus, because if this came out in theaters,
right? Yeah.
I don't know if it'd make the money.
It would not make bank, but like, if you have Disney Plus and your kids are driving you crazy, put this shit on, and like sit back, because you'll get a little teary eyed at this shit.
It was. I think the other problem for me though is like I watched this right after the drink along, which we'll get into. And by the way, before I did the drink along, I ate the edibles on top of that. I was doing the dope fiend nod at points, just like you see on in the New York City subway, the dope fiend's just like.
Well, I was doing art all night, but I wanted to check in on you, and it was just like a close up of your face, and you just look like. I was like, oh. I need to call 911. This dude's dead. He's dying.
And the problem is, we'll get into it later. I got too into the movie to really like talk.
Right.
Because like that movie, I was just like, yo, this is fucking entertaining. Fuck this.
Yeah, and we're gonna get into that.
But yeah, man. What really broke my heart about Luca is I sat all the way through the credits, because you just don't know anymore.
Right.
You don't know.
And the credits. Like, I love how the credits told the continuing story. Honestly, I could have used another 15, 20 minutes on Luca, and I would have been satisfied. Like, it was too short for me, actually.
All right, fair enough. I thought it was a little long, but to each their own.
Right.
Yeah, but the thing that broke my heart in the end credits is when it came up and it said optimized for IMAX theaters. I was like, bro, imagine that being my movie. Like, you do the whole IMAX remaster, optimized, and I can only imagine how this looked. This looks like probably amazing on those screens.
Yeah, it's a beautiful cartoon film. It's
And I was just like, damn, that breaks my heart, man. Like even Soul didn't get that shit. Like, damn.
But if you look at like the end credits is like what was it? Created in the Bay Area while we were all wearing our slippers or some shit like that. So they were working on this during pandemic.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah, man, that's crazy. So, yeah, I guess just stream it, man. Like, don't expect the Disney magic. You expect like a pretty decent film.
Right.
Like, it's not good, it's not bad. It's just solid.
It's a product. You will not be disappointed in this. But if you have higher standards than, this is just a Disney movie. Like, if you want some high art type shit, you're looking in the wrong place. But if you go into it just wanting a nice fucking family film, a nice cartoon with some heart, Luca.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if my kid wants to see this one day, I'd be like, yeah, sure, man. I'm not going to be mad at sitting down and watching this.
Right.
So the only Pixar movie I'll be mad at sitting down and watching is the Cars trilogy. Like, that shit.
I've never seen any of the Cars movies.
Never.
Yeah, it does not interest me at all.
All right. Well, let's move to the Fast saga. Let's start with the first, Rob Cohen's The Fast and the Furious. I watched this last Friday when I got off of work.
I watched it last Friday too, and the first thing I noticed it is all tribal tattoos and new metal.
Bro, the thing is too is like watching this movie, I was like, damn, Hollywood has become a commodity almost. Just because watching this, I was like, Rob Cohen's directing style is not good, but he has a style.
Does he have a style though?
He has a style.
It's real meat and potatoes.
It has a style, and I could even say there's one shot in there where I was like, "Oh fuck, wait a minute, that's hard." Where it's all right before the race at the beginning. There's a shot of all their tailpipes shooting out fire because of the NOS, and you see the people in focus in the background just cheering it on. I'm like, bro, that's a hard shot. Like, there's stuff throughout there where you see little flourishes where I'm like, man, what happened to this nigga? Because like, you see what else he's done. He's done The Boy Next Door, which was trash. The Hurricane Heist, which was trash.
Oh yeah, I remember the Hurricane Heist.
He did The Mummy 3, which I can't even finish. Like, I keep getting to the Yetis and I turn it off.
What the third Mummy? Which
Tomb of the Dragon Emperor.
Wait, wasn't that so? Okay, there was the Mummy. I thought the Mummy Returns. Then there was the Scorpion King.
Right, and then Tomb of the Dragon Emperor is Mummy 3.
Never seen. I didn't even know that existed.
They replaced Rachel Weisz wanted to come back, and because they didn't want to wait, they replaced. Which by this point it was 8 years since the Mummy returned, so who fucking cares? They replaced Rachel Weisz with Maria Bello. They do not look alike. They do not sound alike.
Oh, so it's the same character?
Yeah.
Come on.
Maria Bello's British accent is atrocious. And there's literally, Jeff, the reason why I can't get past the Yetis is because when the Yetis attack, not only are they fucking CG, they look like they stepped out of like a cartoon.
Are they worse than The Rock and Scorpion King? Because that's a high...
Yes. They start playing football with the humans. Like, one of them punts them and the other one goes like this. Like,
fuck you. No, fuck you. That didn't happen.
Rob Cohen didn't want to... So, the first Fast and Furious, like, my problem is like they're making Dom Toretto to be like this dangerous guy, and all you know is like he's a street racer who beat the shit out of someone with a socket wrench.
Right. It's not like he's a dangerous man. He's like, he beat the dude to death with a socket wrench.
He didn't even beat him to death.
Right after it, he made him, incapacitated him after his dad died. So he was going through some trauma shit.
Yeah.
So it's not like he's an evil dude or like a bad dude.
Like, they really should have made this guy an anti-hero. Like, he should have killed somebody. You know what I mean? Like, if you want me to believe everybody's scared of him, he should have been a murderer. Like, we've seen murderers redeemed in media all the time. Like, come on, man. So, And first Fast and Furious, it is what it's Point Break with cars. It's not even
Point Break with cars.
I don't like Point Break anyway.
I love Point Break. I haven't seen the remake, but I hate the fact that we had a remake of Point Break because it was some movies are singular as in the time period that they're made.
I mean, so moving to Too Fast, Too Furious. Nobody, just to give you a little background, nobody came back except for Paul Walker because Vin Diesel and Rob Cohen decided not to come back. They decided to go make Triple X instead. And Rob Cohen, they've tried to get Rob Cohen back. Like, even after he made The Boy Next Door, they're like, Rob, come back and do a Fast movie because we're about to wrap this series up. And he's still saying no, which, you know, nigga, you got nothing. But you're making the Hurricane Heist.
But, like, here's the thing. Justin Lin has changed
this is his franchise. This is his franchise.
He has changed the game with this franchise, and there's no way Rob Cohen will be able to keep up.
At this point, who cares? You know what I mean? That's on him.
Like I come more for Justin Lin than I can't come for like fucking the actual actors. I want to see what this dude does.
I like everybody except for Vin, and we'll get into that later. Right. But Vin didn't want to come back, so like they had 3 scripts, one with just Vin's character and one with them both, and then one with Paul, and they did the one with Paul. And you know what, man? I wish that we could have kept Toretto out of this shit because I find just Tyrese and Paul Walker got a good chemistry, fun characters.
So, like, I had always considered Too Fast, Too Furious to be one of the worst of the series, and that's a hard thing to do, right?
Same.
And then you sent me that article where it was pretty much like, why don't you go back and watch it?
So GQ wrote an article last week titled Too Fast, Too Furious is better than you remembered. And it's true. Watching this again yesterday, I was just like, this movie is hella fun. That's why I wasn't talking during the drink along, because I got into it. I'm like, bro, this is not a bad movie.
The only issues I had with it were the CGI cars.
Well, that's in the first one too.
Yeah, like that. I have a problem with that in general.
Right.
And the fact that they tried to make Devin Aoki a thing.
Yes, for a hot second. She was in this in Sin City, and then she disappeared.
Right, but like they tried to shoehorn her in as an actress.
Tej's main squeeze.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
But everything else is like
the pace. This is the best paced out of all of them, honestly.
It's paced well. The I don't want to call it a heist, but like the grift that they're doing with the cars and everything like that.
Yeah.
It all works. Like it's fucking Cole Hauser is a good fucking villain, yo.
Also, can we put Ava Mendes back and shit? Like, she shows up in a cameo in the mid-credits scene for 5. She needs to come back.
Can we bring back Cole Hauser? Because he's still alive, too.
Yeah, because he says at the end of the movie, I'll be back. I'll find you guys. And I'm like, where the fuck is he, man?
Right.
Bring him back. Like, we got 2 more left, guys. Too Fast, Too Furious. R.I.P. John Singleton. R.I.P. Paul Walker. Like,
R.I.P. James Remire.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, Dexter's dad.
Damn. Yeah.
Oh, while we're RIPing, this has nothing to do with Fast and Furious, but Clarence Williams III died 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, and we also have to give a RIP real quick to Paul Mooney.
Oh, that's right. Paul Mooney died too.
If you don't know who Paul Mooney is, please look up Ask a Black Man with Paul Mooney from Chappelle's Show.
And if you don't know Clarence Walker III, then just watch Half Baked because he's Samson.
Yeah. Also want to say real quick, Paul Mooney has still one of my favorite jokes ever from Chappelle's Show when he was reviewing movies with those 2 white girls. And he's
I was watching that a couple of weeks ago. I was like, is this us?
He's like, yo, Last Samurai is one of the racist movies I've ever seen. Tom Cruise is the Last Samurai. How about I make a movie called The Last Nigger on the Face of the Earth
starring Tom Hanks.
Oh, shit. All right. Let's move into Tokyo Drift. This is I don't know which one's worse, this one or the first one. I think it might be this one.
Yeah, this one is definitely worse.
I don't like Han's the best character, and obvious because they kept him around.
Right.
But like, even Han's a fucking asshole in this. Like nobody's likable in this shit.
And
literally nobody.
And was it Little Bow Wow?
Yeah.
Stop trying to make Little Bow Wow a thing in this fucking movie.
He's gonna be in the new one.
Are they Lucas Black's character? Is he coming back too?
Nigga, if you were in one, you're in this. Except for The Rock. I think The Rock's not in this.
The Rock's got to be in this one. I'm sorry.
Ava Mendes is not in this. So
are we sure? Are we absolutely sure?
I'm positive. Everybody is back except for The Rock and Ava Mendes.
Okay.
But yeah, nigga, this shit, I was just like,
because they tried to make Tokyo, like they tried to make drifting a thing.
The thing is, and the thing is, it goes back to the tone of the first one, where 2 was fun. They knew how to have fun. They didn't take itself too seriously. This one's trying to take itself serious like the first one did. So now rewatching these, I was like, yeah, this is why Christopher Nolan loves Tokyo Drift and the first Fast and Furious.
Does he?
Yeah,
that makes total sense.
He likes the series, but his favorites are Tokyo Drift and the first one.
Makes total sense.
Yeah, right. The ones that take themselves so serious.
Right.
So yeah, Tokyo Drift, man, and Tokyo Drift, the timeline is just all fucked up because by the time we get to Tokyo Drift,
we're actually 5 movies into like in the timeline, like because Tokyo Drift happens after
6.
After 6.
And the thing is like in Tokyo Drift, rewatching it again, they're using those old ass flip phones,
right?
And then like 5 and 6, they're using smartphones and all types of technology. So like, I was like, y'all fucked up.
And listen, they gotta
y'all,
go back.
Y'all really fucked up.
They gotta go back and CGI. They gotta Tig Notaro those cell phones.
I will say this about Too Fast, Too Furious is dated, but not badly dated. But that first one, and especially Tokyo Drift, these movies are fucking dated.
I told you, man, fucking
like dated.
Tribal tattoos and fucking new metal. That's all the first one is.
Just the aesthetics are just dated. So we'll roll.
Bro, what's up, bro?
This was
cuz. What's up, bro?
Oh, by the way, for those of you who didn't participate in the drink along, we're gonna do it again with Jeff. It was a total of 10 or 11 shots throughout the whole hour and 40-minute runtime.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad. Yeah. Was I fucked up? Yeah, but I will say this: the drink-alongs won't happen often because I don't like drinking like that anymore. But this one, we'll do again.
Okay.
But yeah, this Tokyo Drift was Justin Lin's first movie in the franchise.
Yeah.
And you know what? Watching this and Better Luck Tomorrow is connected to this because Han is the same Han apparently.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Apparently it's the same Han.
I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, same Han.
Yo.
Also, I can't believe that Justin Lin made Better Luck Tomorrow, because you watch the rest of these movies and Better Luck Tomorrow, you're like,
yeah. I can see that.
But what happened with Tokyo Drift and Justin Lin? Like, damn, dude, like that
was his first studio film, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why. That was his first studio film. Oh. And like, Universal probably had a half a fist up his ass trying to like manipulate shit.
All right, well, we'll move into Fast and Furious, which is 4. The reason why Vin Diesel came back is because at the time, nobody liked Tokyo Drift. Tokyo Drift, it made money. Like today, it would be considered a hit, but like back then, they expected more. So, right. And the reason he did the cameo is because they were thinking about making this now like American Pie, like how they did it for a little bit, where they're just direct to video.
Right.
And Universal, they do that shit all the time. Direct to video sequels, that's how they make their bread and butter. So, Vin Diesel's like, fuck that. He came on as a producer to save the series and reprise this role. And this is where the modern franchise starts, is with 4. 4 was when I remember when these movies were first coming out.
I was like, okay, all right, this is okay.
Yeah,
these are getting better.
Yeah, 4 was the one where I was like, wow, do I actually like a Fast and Furious movie?
Right.
Mm-hmm. But rewatching it again, I was just like, it's sus. The dialogue is fucking trash,
but it's shot well. It's shot like it's the best looking of that, the original trilogy or whatever.
How did Justin Lin go from Tokyo Drift to this? I was just like, where the fuck was this Justin Lin for Tokyo Drift?
I don't know, man. Like, I guess he was unafraid now of the studio system.
Well, I mean, because that opening with the oil tank heist, that is basically what the series has become. Like, the ridiculousness amps up.
Right.
So, 4 solid. That's all I can say.
Right. It's enjoyable, but I mean, 4 is pretty much just a setup for Fast 5.
Yeah. So let's roll into 5.
5 is the best one.
Yes. 5 is the best one. Rewatching it, I was just like, man, this is the first time where the action and the story went hand in hand.
Right.
Like where the focus wasn't on just the story or just the action. This was the one where it all came together.
And like, I'm a sucker for a heist movie.
Yeah.
I love motherfuckers doing a heist at a supermarket, but this was just fucking perfect.
It was a perfect storm.
It was a fucking, like, I've never thought I would say this about a Fast and the Furious movie, but this is a perfect movie for what they were trying to do.
Yeah. And they've been chasing this formula ever since.
Right. And then after that, like, now it's become like what it is now. It's like they had so much goodwill off of 5, and I appreciate the pivot. I appreciate how the series just like, all right, we're gonna change fucking everything.
Yeah, man. I mean, this is what this. I mean, I think also, because it was rumored, we didn't know it was happening for sure till the trailer came, and we saw him in there where The Rock was going to be in this franchise. And then when this is the first movie that introduces Hobbs, right. Luke Hobbs, who's become a series staple now. Like, it's not Fast and Furious without. That's what sucks about this new one, is that he's not in it.
But he's got to have a like even like a video call.
I don't think so.
It's like, it's got to be a secret thing. Man.
But Hobbs, man, and the thing that makes it cool is like you're seeing they're being hunted by The Rock. Like, think about that, guy.
Like, so
this is when he was still The Rock. He was being hunted.
Essentially, The Rock is the bad guy. He's never played a villain. Like, has he ever played a villain before besides Scorpion King?
No.
But like in the Fast and the Furious, at least in Fast 5, he's the villain.
Like, you get to see Vin and him fight. And that
fight scene is hard as fuck.
Because remember, we were promised that. And when you go see it, I remember sitting in the theater, I was like, I am not disappointed at all. Like, these niggas are tackling each other through concrete, busting up like metal glass and table.
This is when it became superhero. This is when it came, just like, all right, shit.
Yeah, where they were just rolling off. Like, they were rolling. Like, bro, I think they took a crowbar to each other and they just let that roll off each other. They were just like, okay, look, I'm getting you back. Like, this shit was crazy. But yeah, man, the Brazil setting worked, getting everybody back.
It was beautiful. The action was staged elegantly. Like, practical effects.
Yeah. That's the one thing I said about during Too Fast, Too Furious. This series, when they can do it, the practical shit is amazing. Because, obviously you got to do CG for some of the shit they do. But when they do the practical shit, it stands out. And you're just like, wow. Like, even when the cars are driving under the trucks, the semi-trucks, it's still amazing to watch.
Yeah.
Because that's real cars going under real fucking trucks. But yeah, man, Fast 5, and this was the one that brought it. This was the Avengers before the Avengers. Because you got Roman and Tej back from Too Fast, Too Furious. You got Giselle back from 4. Hans back from Tokyo Drift and 4.
You got the Spanish cats
from 4.
4, yep.
Mia's back. The dude from the first one is back. I forget who I'm talking about. Like, Dom's homeboy who hated Brian.
Yeah. That dude.
He came back. Like, this shit, like, I was like, oh shit, man.
It's
like,
a team up, baby.
And it made sense why everybody came back. So, like, yeah, all right, Fast 6. It picks up basically immediately after Fast
now 6. Was that F. Gary Gray? Which one did he do?
That's 8.
That's 8. Okay.
This is we're still in the Lin era. Okay. This is the last one he's done. He went and made Star Trek after this one.
Right.
So this is the last Justin Lin one, and dude, this still, I think this has This is the most memorable one for me, just because the action in it is just insane. Like the chase in London, the fucking spruce goose.
Right. This is when they stopped giving a fuck, but it still kind of works.
Like Vin Diesel flew through the air to catch Letty.
Yeah.
Landed on a car and just brushed himself off. And she's like, "Did you know the car would be there to break our fall?" And he's like, "No." And I'm like,
yo, your Vin Diesel is amazing.
my thing is too, in real life, even if that car was there to break your fall, nigga, you still be fucking dead. Get the fuck out of here. Oh man, yeah. This is the one that started digging into the mythology, because this is started off with Owen Shaw, and Owen Shaw has led into basically
the latter half of the series.
Yeah,
is
man. He basically fucked shit up for them.
Right.
And so we'll roll into 7. 7 has the most memorable set piece out of the whole series, which is the mountain. The mountain sequence. Yep. Mm-hmm. This is James Wan. So this was James Wan's first big budget movie. It comes close to his directing
of Aquaman.
Yeah. Well, it is Aquaman, but I would say it comes close to his directing in Conjuring in the way I was impressed, where I didn't know he had, because he was doing those rotating cameras every time somebody got punched. Right. Like I could say this: the mountain sequence is almost Spielberg-like in terms of action, just because
those bold words, man.
The character, it's character based, right?
Right.
Like Brian's in the truck doing karate. Letty is doing the Letty shit. Tej is doing the hacking shit. And Roman's being Roman.
Right.
Vin's leading them, and Roman's being Roman. That's why that set piece is so good, because when Jason Statham shows up and you're like, oh, fuck, they might got him.
Right.
He comes out of nowhere. He's like, Roman's back, bitches, and saves him.
This is the last one with Paul Walker, right?
Yeah, he died during the making of it. James Wan said it's still his toughest movie ever.
And honestly, like the CGI graphing onto Paul Walker's brother, it's believable in here. It's like it's more believable than I would have imagined. I mean, especially
it's still bad.
But coming from the end where he drives off,
it's all
that's bad. That is fucking bad.
Even some of the shots in Dubai where he's looking at Dom holding the God's eye smile, and I was like, ugh.
Man, I'm coming from where they tried to salvage The Crow.
See, I don't think The Crow's too bad.
No, I think this is worse than like Crow.
Oh,
when it comes to like that CGI mask.
It looks worse than The Crow, but yeah, this was 7. 7 was cool, man.
Yeah. And now we get to 8.
8. See, and in 7, what my problem watching 7, I was like, yo, the climax of 7 kind of lost me, because you got fucking Hobbs driving a fucking truck into a drone.
I'm
walking out without a scratch with
I'm here for it now.
gun, or Vin Diesel earth bending a garage.
I'm here.
And if you don't know what earth bending is, watch Avatar: The Last Airbender. He literally earth bends. He just stomps and earth bends. I was like, so this is how we get into 8. 8 has some fucking. I watched that before I came in today. That has some retarded shit, and also F. Gary Gray bit a lot from James Wan, man. Like, he was doing shit. I was like, James Wan just did this in the last one.
Well, I mean, at this point, I think the visual style of the Fast and the Furious is like textbook.
It's Justin Lin. Justin Lin defined it.
You have like, all right, this has got to look like this.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think you can be a director on a Fast and the Furious movie from now going forward without the Lin playbook.
Yeah, I mean, what'd you think of it, real quick?
What, 8?
Yeah,
it's stupid. It's dumb, but I'm here for it now. I'm invested in this series now.
They protected him with nuclear fire.
Man,
come on, man. With their cars.
Like, I don't care. Like, I'm here for it now.
Okay, well.
All right? But we didn't get into Hobbs and Shaw, but we can talk about that next week.
Well, we're going to get into a lot next week, because next week's F9, and we're going to do a lot of cleanup on these movies. So that's episode 9. We're the Film Blerds. I'm Brandon Norwood, and I'm the motherfucking protagonist.
I'm the protagonist.
I'm Jeff Stewart, and I am not the motherfucking protagonist.
Don't come at us. It's just fucking movies.
You've been listening to the Film Blurs Podcast.
Man, I just love what you guys do, man.
I never miss an episode. It's the best.
It's my favorite podcast.
Follow Jeff on IG on MindFireXL and Brandon on Twitter at BJN Tweets.